So thank you for joining us. Once again, thank you for joining us. First off, I'd like to ask you about what's very specific, what's unique about the Estonian crypto industry ecosystem. Would you like to shed some light on it?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting. Estonian crypto environment is special in Europe and in the world. People who don't know anything about Estonia, I would very shortly say that Estonia is a small country, 1.3 million people, but the crypto community inside the small country itself is big because people are holding each other, they're helping each other, and they're collaborating. So this is one thing. Another thing is when it comes to compliance or regulations, then Estonia was, I would say, the first one in the world who began to regulate cryptocurrency, crypto licensing. Topic was there already. They gave out approximately 2,000 licenses for crypto companies back in 2017, right? Mm-hmm. And if we think about this timing, it was very early. So they did also some mistakes. Yeah, now the new anti-money laundering law is there, and that means that the regulations are becoming more strict. But what it means for crypto companies and for the crypto industry is that right now Estonia is the most, I want to say, because I'm from Estonia, I want to say it's the most valuable regulations about crypto are right now in Estonia. Why? Because we are ahead of others. Even if we compare that to MiCA, then Estonia is a bit more strict what the MiCA will want to do. But the topics that Estonia is regulating right now, the topics will be very much needed also in Europe overall. So that means that Estonia is ahead of others when it comes to crypto environment. And the ecosystem, of course, if we talk about strict regulations, the question comes like, is it good to regulate? Is it bad? Maybe it's bad. We at Crypto Association we say that too much regulation, of course, is bad. But when it comes to crypto regulations, this is financial market. So many financial instruments. What is going on right now, not only in Estonia, is that many companies are selling some kind of services that even some people don't understand what they are selling. And for that, you need to have centralized understanding somewhere. Someone has to take care of what these companies are doing, right? And not to be scammed. And that's why the regulations, they need to be there. And overall, I would say that Estonia for companies is very positive environment to make business. Not because it's regulated, not because it's small, also because of the tax environment. It's zero corporate tax if you don't take out the profit, right? Also bunches of law firms who are very knowledgeable and not so expensive. So you have so many services in a small environment. And if you come to Estonia already, making your business, it means there are approximately 800 foreigner founders there. What it means for you, for your business, is that if you're already there, you will get the feeling of kind of, not New York, but probably a feeling of Berlin or something like similar, but in a very small district. Okay. And if you imagine that you go for a cafe or bar, it's totally international, and who will you meet there? Other international people who are doing big things there, and not because they might not even have the company in Estonia only, but they just might live there because the environment is so cool. Yeah, so yeah, I'm totally a fan of Estonia, you can see.
I can tell. That being said, the number of and the heaviness of regulations, both legal and tax, do they help companies, startups, scale-ups from the crypto sector better navigate the current crisis? Is there any relation between these two aspects?
Regulations are if we talk about anti-money laundering law, for example, which is regulating, for example, it gives you this. You have to comply with the law in a way that you have to have internal auditor and external auditor, AML compliance officer, AML officer. These kind of things must be there at place. And when we talk about very small companies, like who don't have so much income or they don't even have investment, obviously they cannot go for a crypto license anymore in Estonia because, let's say, share capital minimum is 100k euro, and if you don't have this money, sorry, go for Lithuania, Poland, Czech, even So this is definitely a minus, but it's an interesting point. Like, what moment the company should have a license? It should be this moment when you will take customers' money. If you take customers' money, you will be responsible. If you, let's say, if you will have a security token, how will you give trust to the customer? So I think there is this issue that there's not so many people in tech industry who understand this point that there's some kind of greediness right now going on. Like, invest to us, but how will you show that you are trustworthy? This is a bit in startup ecosystem also a bit missing line, I would say. And so how regulations can help is that regulations will push you forward, actually. They will show you the way. They will lead you to search for lawyer, search for very good accountant, very good auditor, let's say, so that you will not do crap business. If you have a very good and strict regulations and you have clear understanding, then you will do the best and you will be ahead of other jurisdictions. Let's say you want to do very typical security token sales for your some project, and you're thinking, okay, should I go for Estonia, Lithuania, or Swiss, or Cyprus, or US? Which jurisdiction? Singapore, maybe Dubai. Okay, if you're gonna take a license from Dubai, what's gonna happen? What kind of investors you are bringing in the future, right? It's like one thought is there. If you are doing the US jurisdiction, other type of investors are coming on board. So, if you take Estonian crypto license and you will invest into that, you will get all the investors from all over the world, because Estonian crypto license right now is heavily appreciated.
Just out of curiosity, I wonder what kind of companies constitute Estonian crypto sector. I'm talking about their size, the domain in which they operate. Could you describe it a little bit?
So right now the status is that there are approximately, like I previously said, some years ago, 2,000 licenses were there, like companies. But what happened was that many of these companies, they were not actually present and they were not actually doing very honest business.
Okay.
Yeah. So and now the regulator, the FIU of Estonia, has very much digged into this, like who were these companies, what they actually were doing, and if this was not appropriate, what they did, the license were cancelled, right? And many of them couldn't also comply with the new regulation, new anti-money laundering law. And today we can say there are approximately 160 companies left in Estonia, and they are still in the process of complying the new law. So it might happen there will be less than that, but might happen also that it will be more, because big corporations right now are heading to Estonia to get the license. And so who are the names behind these licenses? I mean, definitely the most famous projects from Estonia, or like biggest, are, for example, Coinspade. I mean, payment gateways and exchanges. Exchange is not very popular, like keeping a license there, because many of them they think that exchange has to remain unlicensed, right? This is not how Estonia thinks, but anyway, this is another topic. For example, Coinspade, Swapin, CoinMetro, Blockawil, small, big ones. When we talk about some specific projects, then definitely, for example, Single Earth, they are tokenizing trees, then yeah.
Well, there are some projects.
Yeah. Of course, there are a lot of projects, and approximately 50 companies are also a member of Estonian Crypto Association at this moment. So, network is big, and what is really cool about these companies who are present in Estonia is that because of the regulation is asking them to be present, to have office in Estonia, and to have a board member or AML office. An AML officer has to be Estonian local person, but the other thing is board member has to be also present. It doesn't have to be like Estonian, but live or be like very, very much there. And that is also very good for the Estonian community, right? If you are present and you are actually operating there, it brings more stuff to everyone. Yeah, everyone can benefit from there.
As Estonian Cryptocurrency Association, have you noticed that the increasing number of Estonian crypto companies that are winding up because of the current looming crisis?
The current crisis means for Estonia the same as it means for the whole crypto industry, definitely. It means salaries might be kind of same, but some people, are not there anymore. Definitely sponsorship is not so popular anymore. It's very hard to get sponsorship for some project or for a campaign, let's say. When it comes to investments, then investors are very heavily looking what are they investing right now, because it's everybody wants to lower the risk. I would not point out anything very specific like what is different in Estonia. I think it's the same everywhere. When it comes to Baltics generally, we have this common thing that the inflation during 1 year was very high, like 21%. So definitely electricity price, this is also affecting. But overall, still, as crypto industry is a lot remotely done, it doesn't affect so much on daily basis. It's just less people working, working more maybe, and not so many money around just like this, you know. Before it felt like, oh my God, crypto companies are rich. This kind of feeling was there, yeah. When you compare it with, let's say, Web 2 companies, because corporates and Web 2 companies always very careful with their money and investments, sponsorships. Crypto companies want to be more seen sometimes. So I think it's kind of okay. We are surviving nicely. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.